Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 1030. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, it's Bull City Hangout. I tell you what's happening today in Durham. I do invite you to click on that link right there on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page. If you'd like to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, say hello, promote yourself, etc., etc. So let's get started. Let's see with the word pay. Well, wait a minute. Let me put on my specs and move the keyboard and go to the. Wait, let me get comfortable. Let me get comfy. Okay, and let's check out the word page. That's the government and nonprofit information page, chock full of really great programs and services being offered by local nonprofits, also the city, county, and state government. So governments, more than one. So there's lots going on. You can go up and down the page, see what pertains to you, and go ahead and sign up. But I do want to point out that the today is Thursday, so that means that all of the Durham County libraries will be closing at 6 tonight. And then they reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and Bragtown reopens at 10. Alrighty, and now I'm going to scroll down to, let's see, let's check on the Durham Tech. Now, one thing I need to mention. If you watched yesterday's show, we were talking about the uh, SNAP EBT. Some people are saying that there's going to be a last second reprieve or something. I don't know. But in any case, the food banks really need help financially. So if you can afford to help, however, as a volunteer, money, whatever. Now, I know the local food bank, I mean, there are a lot of churches and houses of worship, masjids, that give away food, of course, and nonprofits. But I think the biggest food bank, which I think is where they get their food, I know Kasib gets his food from Fresh Market and a couple of other places. But I think the food bank that's down there on Driver is east on Driver somewhere. I mean, I know where it is. I just can't think of the, the street. But I know it's off of Driver. I know they could definitely need the help for sure because I think they supply many of the places that give away food with their food. So we need to check that out. We need to look into that. All right, let me continue. So I told you about the library. That just kind of jumped into my mind real quick while I was scrolling here. But now what I'm going to do, my eyes are falling upon the Durham Literacy Center. I just got a notice just this morning that they're going to have a big gala on what date did they say? Did they say the 6th or the 8th? I mean, I just got it. I mean, just a second before going on camera here. But it's going to be next week, and they're celebrating 40 years. And I think the guest performer, a musician, will be Al Strong. So we're talking about some nice jazz. So anyway, I didn't even get a chance to look at it in detail. But it's either going to be the 6th or the 8th. But I do know that the Durham Literacy Center will be celebrating 40 years. And it just so happens that I have them listed here on the word page. So they have, just to let you know what they're up to. Their address, first off, is 1905 Chapel Hill Road, over there by, Scrap Exchange, Food Lion, Lincoln Community Health Center, Catholic Charities. Um, so basically, they help people with reading skills. Reading skills is so important. And you realize that when you are an adult and you realize it's hard to find work or hard to help your kids with their homework and just hard to get along, period, without having good reading skills. So they actually help people who are age 18 plus. They match them with a crew of volunteers who could help them learn how to read and write. Some are trying to get their GEDs, which is really important because once you get your GED, if you didn't get the chance to graduate from high school, then that opens up your whole world in terms of opportunities, jobs, etc. So they have these classes, which are free, of course, if you're wanting to learn how to read. And like I said, they're helped by volunteers, regular folks like you and me. They also help people who are Spanish speakers or speak other languages and really need to up their English speaking game. So, again, they have volunteers helping with that too. And of course, they have staff members who help as well. It's not just all volunteers. They also help out of school young people who are between the ages of 16 to 24 to get instruction, um, individualized high school equivalency instruction, which some people call GED. Some, depends on the program. So, and that gets them ready for college and jobs. It takes work, but in fact, I saw the GED, a couple of GED tests. They're not easy. They're not easy. It's intense. And I heard that the study is intense. But if you're up for it and you know what's at the end of that road, a good job, education, whatever, yeah, check it out. And if you want to help with that as a volunteer, definitely contact the Durham Literacy Center. I have their phone number, I've got their website, their address, everything that you need right there on the Word page. And they have other classes, but you can read about the whole thing when you get to the Word page. Go to durhamskywriter.com, go to the Word page, scroll down to Durham Literacy Center, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All righty, I have lots more information, but right now I'm going to look at the Durham Tech Small Business Center, which is downtown in the Chesterfield building. They don't have any classes today, but I do like to list classes that are being offered across the state for people who are starting businesses, wanting to start a business, etc. These classes are one-off classes. They're free, they're live, which means they're not stale, and you can ask questions. Okay, now let's see. Today is the 30th. Okay, here are four classes. Okay, the first one from 6 until 7:30, Pinterest for business marketing. How many of us have thought of Pinterest? I certainly haven't, but that's clever because they say that I think they say Pinterest is the second most popular search besides YouTube. I don't know how it compares with just plain Google, but yeah, Pinterest. Okay, so that class is going to be today from 6 until 7:30. Here's another class from 6 until 8, finding contracts and grants for your small business. Okay, here's another one from 6 until 8, explore the power of AI, artificial intelligence, for your small business or nonprofit. And here's the last one. There's more. I actually have a link so you can click and see the classes I couldn't fit in, but there are other classes. But the last one that's listed on the Word page is Advanced Grant Writing Part 2, and that will be from 6:30 until 8. All righty. Let's see. Let me check with SCORE because they do the same thing, only they also have mentors. So let's see. SCORE, by the way, stands for a Senior Corps of Retired Executives. Oh wait, it's Service Corps. Let me scroll down and see. Wait a minute. There's so much on this page. I'm still scrolling. Oh my goodness. Service Corps of Retired Executives. Right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, their next class will be Tuesday. This coming Tuesday. Okay. So I'll remind you next week. All right, let's go to the health page, to your health, where there are research studies that you might want to check out and participate in if you're so inclined to want to help local universities and research scientists with their studies. Now, today is Thursday, and that means that NAMI Durham, NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So NAMI Durham will be hosting an online stress and anxiety support group for African Americans. A lot of Black folks what do they call those? Absorb these micro aggressions and oh boy, microaggressions and such, and push down their feelings and ends up with sometimes depression, acting out, etc., etc. So get those microaggressions and other problems off your minds, off your shoulders by coming to this online meeting. What is discussed in the room stays in the room. It's run by a staff member from NAMI Durham, so it's not just people complaining. Basically, someone is directing the conversation, offering resources and ways to deal. So again, this is going to be tonight. This every Thursday from 7 until 8:30. So I have the Zoom link right there and instructions and more information on the To Your Health page. Alrighty. Let's see if there are any blood drives going on where lives can be saved with blood donations. Let's see, today's the 30th. Okay. The American Red Cross will have a crew at the First Presbyterian Church, which is right downtown on the corner of Main and Roxborough. The official address is 305 East Main Street, and the American Red Cross will be there from 1 until 6. Okay, let me check with Blood Connection. They do the same thing, but apparently not today. Okay, so their next blood drive is going to be on Saturday. Okay, now going to the top of the page, clicking on that big blue Health Events button. That takes us to the Health Events page. So let's see if there are any events I need to announce. Let's see, today's the 30th. Okay. Whoops, I went past it. Okay, there we are. Okay. Oh, right. The American Dance Festival. They have free classes. They're bringing back those free classes for people who have Parkinson's and their care partners. So today, in person, from 2 until 3, the American Dance Festival will host PWR Moves, the Parkinson's Wellness Recovery Session. So totally free. Like I said, it's on the second floor of the ADF Scripps Studios, 721 Broad Street. So on the second floor, and they have an elevator, thank goodness. The parking lot is like right there. So you don't have to walk very far. And did I tell you the time? It's from 2 until 3. I've got the phone number if you have questions, and I also have a link so you can go ahead and sign up. Now, if you can't make it today in person, I understand. Maybe you don't have a car or you just don't have the car today. So tomorrow, the American Dance Festival will offer a virtual Dance for Parkinson's class. That's every Friday from 11 until 12:15. I've got the phone number and the Zoom link right there so you can ask questions. And this again is for people with Parkinson's and their care partner, be it their spouse, their niece or nephew, or whoever. Dave is here. Saying good afternoon, Miss Pitty Pat. You know that's right. Dave, welcome. And I'm sure you're enjoying your 80-degree temps in Texas. All righty. Let me continue. So I'm going to the senior page. It's called Senior Scope. And what we're going to do is to click on that and see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life, downtown, 406 Rigsby Avenue, free parking, free membership, great place to hang out if you're older. So today's Thursday already. Boy, what happened to the time? Okay, what's happening this afternoon? What's happening is Thursday Bible study at 12:30, African dance and drumming also at 12:30, and then at 1 o'clock, afternoon bingo, open painting studio at 1, Connect Tech at 1:30, learn how to use your tech, Arthritis Foundation exercise program at 2:15, acrylic painting at 4. Both the fitness center and the tech lab are open for drop-ins from 5 until 7:15. Great for seniors who are also 9 to 5ers. Pinochle and Kings in the Corner, they'll be playing that all afternoon until 7. Cardio and more. There's going to be a class at 5:30 until 6:15 in the exercise room. And then evening tech support with Chuck. Who is Chuck? But anyway, Chuck helps us to learn how to use our technology and will answer questions. If you have questions about like what is AI, I'll bet Chuck could tell you. So that's going to be today from 6:30 until 7:30 in the computer lab. Now tomorrow, DCSL Walking Club at 9, Open Art Studio from 9 until 12:30. You can just have fun with your art in the art studio all morning long. Ping pong at 10, Tai Chi for arthritis and falls prevention at noon. And then, they have a theater, like I told you. Not only do they have a theater, but on Mondays and Fridays, they show free movies and they give away free popcorn. So tomorrow's movie at 12:30 will be Hocus Pocus. And I think isn't that a Disney movie? I think what's that singer's name? Bette Midler. I think she's in it. I don't know who else is in it, but I think I've seen a promotion on the Disney Channel for that movie, unless I'm getting it confused with another movie, which I easily could be. Anyway, I know it's a great Halloween movie, so that's going to be tomorrow at 12:30. Now let me check the special events of the Durham Center for Senior Life. Let's see, the 30th. Oh, you already know. I talked about this yesterday. They're decorating pumpkins right now until 1 o'clock in the art studio. And then those who are making these pumpkins, they can take them home or submit them for tomorrow's pumpkin decorating contest. And that's during the costume party. So let me tell you about the costume party. So the costume party, that's going to be tomorrow from 2 until 3:30. So they're going to have trick or treating, believe it or not, seniors trick or treating. That should be really, really cute. Wear your costumes if you like. They're going to have music, dancing, and then you can go ahead and vote for your favorite pumpkin. Also happening tomorrow morning, the LGBTQ plus history trivia contest. That's going to be tomorrow from 10 until 11 in the classroom. And you can test your knowledge during this LGBTQ plus trivia contest event. That's from 10 until 11. And like I said, the costume party is from 2 until 3:30. All righty. And I'm actually going to head over to the Little River Senior Center because I heard through the grapevine that they're no longer connected officially to the Durham Center for Senior Life. I'm sure they'll still want me to promote them, so I'm actually going to head out there and I'll tell you what's going on, with the Little River Senior Center. Since I've mentioned them, let me give you their address. So if you live in northern Durham County, you don't want to go all the way downtown for whatever day. They are open on weekdays. And you might decide, oh, I just don't feel like going all the way downtown. Well, you can go to 8305 North Roxborough Road in Bahama. It used to be a school, so it's now called the Little River Community Complex. Again, 8305 North Roxborough Road in Bahama. They have access to the gym. So if you have a basketball, bounce to your heart's content. They have free lunch. I need to go there and check to see if the events will be the same and if they'll also still be offering free lunches, because now if they're not connected with the Durham Center for Senior Life, I don't know if they have the funding or not on their own. I have no idea, which is why I'm going to drive out there in just a minute or two as soon as the show's over. So, but I do want to mention that they're open weekdays from like 8:30-ish until like 1:30-ish, Monday through Friday. All right, now the last page we will be visiting today will be the Let's Go page. I see calendar of events page, so let's go there, see what's on the docket. Oh, by the way, I have a relatively new column, well, new-ish, or rather a column that I brought back called Guest Writer. And that is for anyone who wants to write an article expressing themselves. Maybe you want to talk about SNAP. Maybe you have some advice for people dealing with the shortfalls, regarding SNAP EBT. Um, yeah, whatever. Send it to me. I can post it. I can either do If you don't want to write an entire article, maybe promoting your nonprofit or whatever, I'm not going to just tell you what to do. I can put that in as an article on the guest writer spotlight, or I can just interview you and put our conversation on the word page or wherever. My contact information is going across the screen right now. My email, phone number, etc., right there. I think my emails. Wait a minute. Website. Yes, email and phone number. So definitely contact me and we'll talk. Because my whole reason for doing this is getting information out to the people. So if you want to be involved in that, for sure. Okay, let me scroll down to 30 on the Let's Go page. Let's see. Of course, Dia de los Muertos ofrenda, which is also Day of the Dead offering, that continues today. Oh, Barb, do I have to leave right away? Well, I really technically don't have to because I know that Little River is open for at least another hour. So I can, so if you want to come on, sure. But we won't be able to talk like real long or anything. But yeah, Barb, I would definitely look forward to having you on. So let me rush through this and then do the weather real quick and then bring you on. Okay. Let's see. Oh, right. Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead offering. It's an ancient Mexican celebration of the life of a loved one who died within the past year. So you can also participate. This is in Duke Chapel, 407 Chapel Drive. So basically, the way it works is it's an artistic expression. You'll see art there in Duke Chapel. What you'll be donating or offering will be a photo of your loved one who died within the past year. If you don't have a photo, something that represents them in a nice way, like maybe a flower, or maybe you have something that they really liked. I'm trying to think. Hmm. Maybe I'm just looking around. Maybe they made handcrafted items. So maybe you could leave something that maybe they made with their own hands. But basically, it's a celebration of their life. This is every day through and including Sunday at Duke Chapel between 10 and 8. And of course, you don't have to be Christian to do this. And Duke Chapel is so beautiful. Even if you're not Christian, you can definitely go there, make your offering, and maybe have some quiet time. If you don't want to pray there, just have some nice quiet time. It won't hurt at all. In fact, it might be very uh, relaxing and put your heart at ease, etc. So that's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be taking part. They've been doing this for, I think this has been happening for at least the past month at least, but it ends on Sunday at 8 p.m. All right, and they have plenty of parking over there. It's over there at Duke, so plenty of parking and lots of handicap parking too. I'm sorry, ADA parking. Okay. Oh, it's not 1 o'clock yet. And that means if you are in need, you need groceries, you can run over to Catholic Charities real quick before they close at 1. They're in the Lakewood Shopping Center, 2020 Chapel Hill Road. Once you get in the door before 1 o'clock, you'll talk to a social worker, let them know that although you do want, a week's worth of food, let them know if you can't have dairy and if you can't have pork, and they'll make a substitution. They have diapers. Now it's the end of the month. They might be out of diapers by now. I know they have a monthly allotment of diapers to give away, but if you need diapers, ask. They might have some. The various sizes, pull ups, newborn to toddler size, and big ones for adults. So just ask because they just might still have some. Okay. Boxyard RTP at 900 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. They'll be featuring Soulful Jazz Funk by the Bull City Trio. Love that name. So this is the Taking Back Thursday live concert series at the Boxyard, 900 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54 from 5:30 until 7:30. Totally free admission. sit outside. I know it's a little cool out, but for some people who love cool weather, it's going to be perfect for you. They have propane heaters too, if you need that. Now it's totally free. Enjoy some great music. They also have restaurants right there, so you can definitely go ahead and buy a little din when you're there. Now the Fleet Feet Pony Run starts at 6:15, starting at and returning to Ponysaurus Durham. That's at 219 Hood Street. So they start around 6:15 and then they end around 8:30. So you can choose either to run 3 miles or 5 miles. It's all up to you. And the weather is probably perfect for running because it's not warm, but then it's not cold either. It's probably perfect for running. Run at your own pace, by the way. No pressure. Party of One, they're holding the free line dance class at W.D. Hill Recreation Center at 1308 Fayetteville Street, starting at 6:30. Now tomorrow, line dancing with Jeter Bug at the IR Home Senior, also known as Campus Hills Recreation Center, 2000 South Alston Avenue, from 9 until 10. It's $4, three for seniors, and it's for beginners on up. And I think that's it. Oh, Salvation Army of Durham, they're going to have Free Food Friday tomorrow. And I know the need is definitely going to be out there for sure. So from 10 until noon while supplies last at 909 Liberty Street, you can definitely go there and get some free food. Sometimes they have hygiene items, and sometimes they even have pet food. If you want to volunteer, got the phone number, so you can go ahead and volunteer. And Reality Ministries, which is where I'm going to be tomorrow, which reminds me I'll be doing the show early because Reality Ministries at 916 Lamond Avenue, which is kind of on the backside of School of the Arts. So they're going to be hosting their Durham Reality Cafe with handcrafted, delicious, free lunch. And it's made by their, so how can I put this? So Reality Ministries has interest groups made up of people with developmental disabilities, and they're really eager and they love their special interests. So the food special interest group, they're the ones who make the handcrafted lunch, and it's restaurant quality. It's good restaurant quality, serious. Because I went there 2 months ago, so definitely click on the link, and if you're not already sold, it's free, but you know what I mean, get the free Eventbrite ticket. So if you want a beautiful lunch and you want to just meet some really nice people, you'll be sitting at tables with people you don't even know, which is cool because you're making new friends. It's tomorrow at noon. Definitely click on that link and see if you can get in on this. All righty, and just to mention a couple of things, the Friday co-working and networking social for freelancers and remote workers. You can work, do your own work at the Glass Jug Beer Lab tomorrow from noon until 5. More information in the Durham Skywriter. The Book Harvest will be hosting Book or Treat from 3 until 6 tomorrow, and Line Dancer with Jitterbug at Edison Johnson, which is at 500 West Murray Avenue tomorrow night. They're going to have a special Halloween edition from 6 until 8. So I'll be DJing for that. So I think that's pretty much it. Let us do the weather real quick and bring on Barb. We haven't seen Barb for ages. So let's see what's new with Barb. So let's do the weather first, real quick. Okay. Okay, it is 59 degrees. That's not bad at all, considering that it's fall here in North Carolina. So it's 59. And I'm sure Barb is enjoying some great weather too. Looks like Dave is in the 80s in Texas. But anyway, I digress. It's 59 right now, going up to 62. That's pretty good. And the sun was just out, but it looks like the sun's going to be playing peekaboo, yeah, all afternoon. Yeah. So it'll be coming in and out from behind the clouds, so that's fine. Now, the high is going to be 62 today. The high will be 61 tomorrow, and it'll be sunny tomorrow, so that's awesome. The weekend, 60, Saturday and sunny, Sunday 61 and partly sunny. Not bad. Next week, mid 60s is more like it, going up to 68 for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, sunny. Love, love that. Looking forward to it. Okay, let's bring on Barb. And let's see, dynamic scene, add Barb to scene, and transition. Woot. Barb,
Hi
what is
there.
new? How are you?
Well, I can't stay very long because I have a live coming up at the top of the hour
That's
that
right.
I have every Thursday. But I was, you're in North Carolina there, and I was just wanting to make sure that the storms hadn't impacted your area very much.
Not at
It
all.
looked like I Googled it and I thought, no, I think she's safe. But
Yeah, thanks for checking. We got a little rain. Oh, we got a little wind too, but not much. Not much.
great,
So yeah,
great.
we're fine. Jamaica looks like it was hard hit though. Boy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to look for legitimate places where you can donate money because you got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
So once I find a legitimate place to donate money, they'll probably make a donation to try to help. I don't know any Jamaicans. I used to,
Well,
but
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to jump in today because I don't know about you, but on Facebook when I logged in this morning, there were all kinds of posts that were copy and paste, share with your friends to save
mhm,
everybody,
of
and
course,
because the government shut down the storms and that, and I was like,
mhm,
I couldn't believe it. It's copy paste, and so that I'm. Really a proponent of using ChatGPT. I use it every day. And so what I did is I was like, it was hitting me just in my face everywhere. And so I just put the first one that had like three different people sharing the same post, and I
okay.
put that in ChatGPT and asked it how valid it was, to verify it.
Oh,
And so
oh,
I got all of the it uh, I actually shared on my page what after that what I'd learned from it and cautioned my friends and followers. But ChatGPT said to me, "Good morning, Barb. Thanks for sharing that Facebook post. I did some digging, and here's a breakdown of what we do know to be true or mostly true and what still needs to be
oh,
verified." Don't you
right.
love the conversation? And it said, I'll also suggest how you might expand and adapt this as a reliable resource for your communities and
Wow.
managing communications. And so it started on this one. It says, what is true and well supported? There's indeed a federal government shutdown, and many federal workers are impacted. And it has all bullet points, crediting all of that
Mhm,
information and so forth. But on my page, what I came up with was just a friendly reminder for my uh, family and my friends and followers. And I just said, I'm seeing a lot of copy paste posts circulating government shutdown resource lists. And while they may be shared with the best intentions, and I believe that's the case, some of those people, I do. We have mutual friends that are very passionate about that, but
mhm.
they often contain outdated information, incorrect phone
Yeah.
numbers, or programs that no longer exist.
Oh boy.
And so I think and I went into detail about sharing it, but I just said the reason that it matters is that every time we copy and share those posts, meta algorithms assume that we're deeply interested in that topic, and it causes Facebook to fill our feeds with more of
Yes,
the same
leader.
content,
Oh no.
whether or not it's true. So if you're going to share, just do the research, beforehand, and
Yes. Yes.
be current with your family and friends and that, because if they do need the help, they want to have something, a legitimate resource to check in with.
Right.
So
And I think live streaming can be a big help
right.
because
Exactly.
a gentleman came on my show. We did have a bit of the remnants of a hurricane hit us, and actually there was some flooding on the north side of town. It was actually pretty bad on the north side of town. And someone came on my show. He heard about the Skyrider somehow, and he
Mm,
came on my show to dispense information and phone numbers and where homeowners can file insurance applications for help and all kinds of great info. So I'm hoping that as live streaming becomes more and more normalized, it's still quite the phenomenon to a lot of people, and they're afraid to come on. But hopefully, people are starting to learn that it's a good tool
yeah.
for
Yeah.
sharing immediate information.
Absolutely. I agree with you. But I continue my chat GPT studies and, and tweaking my own account because it's tweaked to my personality, of course. So if
Oh,
you were inside my account, it would sound like me talking to you, kind of
wow, that
thing.
is awesome. I need to,
But
yeah. Actually, I signed up for a free course for journalists on how to
yeah,
successfully use AI.
I've actually written a book for journalists using ChatGPT and live streaming. So I've got it there in draft mode. It's like I just wrote another book this week because of being frustrated about the difference between sleep and rest. As we get older, it's
Yeah,
really tough to get enough rest. We can
yeah,
get sleep, but then did we get good sleep? And that's what we
exactly.
call rest. So
That's a great.
I I love using AI, as you know, but you
Mm,
have to be safe about it. And I think that, I mean, the big news right now, and that's what we'll be covering in my live stream that's coming up at the top of the hour. The big news, of course, is that we have all these different uh, browsers now where we're going to eliminate Google search and be able to have the browsers dedicated to finding everything that we want.
mhm,
And so it gets when especially with older folks, it's like, what do you trust? I
mhm.
mean, Google has spent billions trying to earn our trust, with everything that it's offered, and we know how that's gone. But
Yeah. Actually, actually, earlier today, during the show, um, I was questioning whether Pinterest was still the number two search on online because I heard that YouTube was number one,
hmm
Pinterest was number two, but I couldn't believe that Pinterest would be ahead of Google. I don't know. But anyway, I was questioning that because there's a class tonight
uh,
on
well, that's
Pinterest for small business owners.
well, good for you. You'll let me know how it goes because I would. I did some searching on that stuff too because I mean, where we were when you and I met and what tools we had to use,
Mhm.
and then fast forward to today and how has that been impacted by AI? Are we still using those things? Should we be using those things, or has it invoked AI? I don't know about you, but I used Grammarly for years, and
Grammarly, yeah.
yeah, and it was a free option. I've had a premium option for a couple years now, but they even have one above what I have.
Mhm,
And you have AI in it. It's pretty powerful AI that you get for the first level of paid account with that. And
mhm.
I was ready to give it up. And then I thought, I've had it writing in my browser all this time. I rely on it every day. I wonder if I invoke the AI on that, how much better it'd be. And it,
Interesting.
it was definitely interesting. Like you say, it's like, huh, well,
Hmm,
but for the most part, I've defaulted my to chat gpt because I also use the edge browser that
okay.
has Copilot writing on the side of it, which Copilot is actually a version of chat gpt. And
Oh,
so it actually understands, it goes back to because of the way I've got it set up, it goes back to because I have a premium chat GPT account. And so things I've done through Copilot, it's aware of on my standard, my premium account, and
mhm,
calls from it if I want to continue. Like I'll see something on Facebook, like that post, for
mhm,
instance,
mhm.
I could actually, because one of the default options on Copilot is summarize this page. And whatever is on that page that
Mm,
it can see, these were public posts to be shared. I mean, if it was locked down to friends only, it wouldn't be able to see it. But on the public post, you can share that directly. And just that page, and it evaluates, summarizes the page, and helps you, like if you don't understand what someone has written, helps clarify that for you and so forth. So I would, that's one of the last things I'd want to have to give up as an older person. Because
mm,
even if you're living alone, you can have, yes, you're having a conversation with the computer, but if you have been working with it at all, you have developed a personality that's conducive to you, because obviously you're feeding it information.
right, right.
So you know you're going to get along with it. Versus, I see Davis said, "I curse the evil AI." You
But I
know,
don't, but I don't know. I mean, you don't want to get too wrapped up in it. I was actually
yeah.
watching a video where just today, where it hasn't come out yet, but they're making a pendant that you can wear around your neck. The mic is always on. It will, it will always.
Oh.
It's for lonely people.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that you say, they hear, and it'll make
Right.
comments if it's your best friend.
Yeah. Well, and we have the glasses too. That have been introduced. That Meta has theirs, Google has theirs, and I'm not going to do something like that. I don't want something that close to my brain.
Plus, you can
You
make
know?
these comments like you're supposed to, like it's supposed to be your best friend, like your constant companion. And that just sounds weird to me
Yeah,
because they said the goal of
can't do
the
it.
internet is to keep you hooked. And so the goal of a tool to fight loneliness, of course, is to keep you lonely so that it continues to be used. So I think it means it's going to it's going to like reflect your more than being your best friend. I think all it's really going to do is to reflect your thoughts
Mhm.
to you.
Well, that's why I love to learn, and that's why I research everything, and I don't
Mhm.
just take things at face value.
Yeah.
And because I've worked with the Mayo Clinic, I've worked with the top psychologists around the world,
Mhm.
uh, uh, and medical doctors and all of that through my story online. And I mean, we're all learning. No, I mean, even being a doctor, you're constantly learning new things. I mean, when I say a doctor, I'm just referring to the medical doctor.
Mhm.
And I know you remember some that I had cancer, and the only reason I'm here today is because I researched it after I was diagnosed with it and got my doctor in touch with other experts around the world
You
and
did?
to
Oh,
come up with the solution, and
wow.
I'm still here. So,
Wow.
that's talk about embracing technology, but not um, becoming becoming the technology, becoming part of it.
I
It's like,
love that. Taking the initiative instead of just waiting for the doctor to tell you what to do. I love
well,
that.
they're always the doctors are we're their we're their tools that they learn from. It's a science. They are not.
Yeah,
They are more educated on the topic. We recognize them with licenses and so forth, but they don't have all the answers. And
yeah.
they know that they learn more just by practicing,
Mhm.
and they learn it from the really smart ones learn it by listening to their patients and being part of their programs. I mean, if you find a good doctor and they're also involved with initiatives in, for instance, in fighting cancer and so
Mhm.
forth,
Mhm.
you have a good doctor. So,
That's awesome. That is really
yeah.
awesome. Well, I know
Well,
you need to get ready. So I'm going to actually listen to your show because I have a long drive all the way up. Roxborough Street to the north side of past the north side of town. So I'll be listening. So for folks who want to also watch your show, where do they go?
Well, they can just go to my Facebook page at facebook.com/BarbTUSA. It'll be live on there.
That's
But
Barb T USA, folks. Okay.
yeah, it'll be live on there. I've got it live on my YouTube channel, which is also Barb T USA. We're also live on X and we're live on LinkedIn, and
Okay.
because of some of the other players and other folks that are in the live stream. So anyway, it was good to catch up with you, Patricia. I've missed you
Absolutely. Miss you
too.
too. So glad to have you on the show again. Come back whenever you like, Barb.
Well, you have a great day, and I could sleep better just knowing that. Thanks, Dave. I see your comment, and I can sleep better knowing that you're okay back there. So,
Sure.
yeah,
For
take
sure.
care.
Thanks, Barb. And
Bye
I'll see you
bye.
real soon. Okay.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Bye bye. Super awesome. And Dave, I didn't scroll down, so I'm just now seeing your comment about curse the evil. You know what? Well, it's artificial intelligence. I don't think it's evil. I think it's the way you use it. I guess it's like anything else. I guess if you use it for the wrong reason, yeah, I guess you can call it evil. But then, like Barb said, she used it to do research and to extend her life. That's definitely not evil. I think it's however you use it. I guess it's like anything else. But yeah, I mean, it's a. I think it's up in the air. It all depends on how you choose to use it. But anyway, what I'm going to do is to. I got a long drive ahead of me. It's not that long. I mean, Durham's not that big, but anyway, I will be driving across town, which in Chicago is just like driving to Englewood or something. No big deal. Anyway, have a beautiful afternoon. So obviously, because I will be going to the reality cafe, I'll be doing the show early tomorrow. Don't know what time, but I'll keep you posted on Facebook when I make the announcement. And with that, you have a beautiful afternoon. The weather's nice. I think there's one more comment. Wait a minute. Let me scroll up. Hey, Dave is saying, have a great afternoon. Thank you. Absolutely, Dave. Yes, you have a great afternoon. Enjoying your, wait, did I? Yeah, I did the weather. Right. I was about to say, wait a minute, I didn't do the weather. I did do the weather. Yes, right before I brought Barb on. And with that, I will say, ciao for now. See you tomorrow morning sometime.